Hello everybody, Galropack the Pizza Guy here. Here we are in episode 5 of my Galropack Let's Play series. So last episode we explored a little bit more of the dungeon. I talked about getting some power gen up and running, but I have a problem. Ender pearls. Now I've got a few now, probably maybe enough to get us started. But we did find, yeah, there it is, one ender lily seed in our adventures so far. Really, I'd like to see more, but it's a start, right? So let's take this one ender pearl we do have, or one of these ender pearls that we do have, and throw it in the smeltery. I'm gonna melt it down, yep. And put a little bit more lava in the smeltery, because, you know, it needs it. Alright, we're going to wait on that ender pearl to melt down and grab a few obsidian while we're at it. I'm thinking I might end up going and checking out level 3 of the dungeon today. We're just not having much luck finding ender lily seeds or not too many ender pearls. I mean, we've got a few going on, but I'd really like to see more. Alright, now here's what I'm doing with that ender pearl in the smeltery. Making some endstone. Just like so. One ender pearl in the smeltery with 5 pieces of obsidian will make 5 pieces of endstone. Now why endstone? Well, endstone because those ender lilies grow pretty good on endstone. It's not to say it's the absolute only thing they can grow on, but endstone is a good one, so we're going to use it. Might as well plant all of them, and boom. So we'll let that grow. That's going to take a while. It's going to take a very long while. I mean, something like a Minecraft week while. Yeah. So I guess we've got enough. I think the ender pearls we have are enough to get us started. So let's start getting some basic machines together, shall we? Let's see here. Yep, I'm grabbing 3 of them furnaces. All that work we put into getting them, but I've got something to use them on. We are going to make an alloy smelter. That's going to be our first thing. So we need a machine chassis, which is going to take a basic capacitor, some copper, some gold nuggets. Alright, gold nuggets. Oh yeah, that's right. I've got gold ore berries. I've also got gold coins. There we go. That'll get me some gold nuggets. So while we wait on that, there's copper. I'm going to need a couple of these frames, so I'm going to make a couple of them. Let's see. We needed some iron ingots. And we need some redstone. Let's just grab a stack from this barrel over here. There we go. Just waiting on the gold nuggets. There's enough to get the first one. Boom, basic capacitor. Alright, I'm going to let those cook up. I will be back in just a minute. Alright, and I'm back. Got, I think, enough stuff together there. And I went ahead and got a few other things together that I'm going to need. So there we go, basic capacitors. Let's make a couple of machine chassis. And let's get ourselves an alloy smelter. I went ahead and made the cauldron off camera. Everybody knows how to make one of those. Just 7 iron. Alright, so we've got our alloy smelter. How about a sag mill while we're at it, right? Yeah. So, boom. There we go. And now we need something to power these with. Stirling generators. And I need to make a few basic gears. There we go. And I need one more furnace. There we go. And boom! I only grabbed enough bricks to make one, though. Whoops. Easy enough to fix. There we go. Alright, this is just temporary. But I'm going to set this stuff here for now. And we'll set the sag mill there. We'll set the alloy smelter there. Alright. So now what? Well, I am cooking some charcoal over here to do something about that now what. Probably going to be using that alloy smelter more than the sag mill at the moment, although the sag mill has its uses. Remember how we have to use 3 gravel to make a piece of flint? Not anymore. And if we put the flint in there, it's going to improve our output chances. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to let that run for a minute, and in the meantime, let's see, I don't have glowstone dust yet. I could kind of use some glowstone dust. Maybe it's time to consider a portal room. Where would we put a portal room? Don't really want it over here. The things are noisy. They let stuff in. You know, just not a whole lot of fun. Maybe, let's see, we've got stairs over here, yeah. So I don't really want to set it up there. Let's see. And now we're back around here again. Maybe I'm just going to have to dig out another room. I mean, I don't really want to use these rooms, or this room in the middle here. I figure I'm probably eventually going to open that up as well to match this. So, and I'm going to keep that as my bedroom. So, it didn't look like there was anything in the middle here. So, I think I'm going to dig out a room there. So, let me do that real quick, and we're going to wait for more charcoal to get ready and all that good stuff. And I'll be right back in just a minute. Alright, got this portal room put together and even got the nether portal frame ready to go. So here we go, got my flint and steel right here, and kaboom! And, you know what? I don't have a bow, so I guess if we see a ghast, it's going to be returned to cinder, huh? Well, I got the achievement for going. Alright, fireworks in the nether, because that actually makes sense. Alright, what do we got here? I didn't even bring much food with me, did I? Yeah, mining level cobalt. I should be able to mine pretty much anything I see here, right? Well, let's look around and see what we see. I didn't even bring any blocks for myself to pillar up with. Well, there's a way to work with that. There we go. Yes, ghast, I know you're there. Guess what else? I'm not coming after you. Whoa, that was almost bad. Did you see that? Yeah. Maybe I should waypoint this. What do you think? Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me too. There we go. Alright. There were a couple of things I wanted to find in the Nether. Of course, nether quartz, ardite, cobalt, those are all wonderful. But specifically, I need some glowstone for an idea. A few ideas I have in mind. So, I'm going to poke my nose around in the Nether for a little bit, mine some stuff, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so I came to the Nether, I got a few things, and probably enough to get going, but there's a nitro creeper over there, you hear ghasts wandering around. I've had some disagreements with a couple of ghasts. And the heat scar spiders, oh good grief. So, I need a bow. I said I didn't need a bow. I changed my mind. I need a bow. But to be honest, I think I got enough stuff together. Ooh, that was a nice hole in the world. Woo! I think I got enough stuff together to, get started on some of the stuff that I want to do. So, I'm going to put a few things away, like that. And, ooh, wow. Picked up more nether quartz than I thought, but I'm still, of course, going to eventually need more. Naturally. There we go. But for now, I think I can go ahead and get started on a couple of things. So let's look and see what we're doing next. Well, let's find out what this uncommon treasure has. Gold coins and a knowledge fragment. Same as the last one. Less than exciting. Alright. I want to make some energetic alloy. So to do that, yeah, that's already set for all smelting. So let's go over here and get some gold. Sure, we'll start with 20. Yeah, I've got more gold over. Yeah, I've got a lot more gold over here. So let's do a half stack. So I need some redstone, I need some glowstone. Into the alloy smelter it all goes. So I'm going to let that stuff cook up. And I think I'm also going to start getting some stuff together to figure out what to do for a bow. Because, yeah, I need a bow. You know what I haven't found yet? A slime island. So I don't guess I'm going to use a slime leaf fletching this time. I guess it's going to be a feather fletching. Oh well. We can replace parts as we go along, right? That's what Iguana Tinker's Tweaks is on here for. So yeah, I'm going to start to get a few things together for that, and I will be back in just a minute. Alright, I think I figured out what material I want to use, but I'm having a problem. This thing really needs to speed up. So we can do a little bit of that for the moment. Let's throw a double layer capacitor in there. So we're going to need a couple of basic capacitors. We need to pulverize a piece of coal. We can do that in our sag mill, just like so. Doop doop doo doo. There we go. Alright. So, actually, you know what? Let's put one of these in our sag mill while we're at it. So we need a couple of copper ingots for that. Actually, we're going to need to make 4 of these, so that means 16 gold nuggets and 8 redstone. Yeah. So let's go over here, throw these together real quick, just like so. And we've got that energetic alloy, so we should be able to just do that like that. Alright. Now it's going to make this sucker use more power, so that one Starling generator is not really going to keep up, but it should speed things up considerably. So we're going to let that run for a minute, and actually I might just go ahead and do that. And then we can do that. And make up a little bit of signalum real quick. That's going to take a little time. So while we wait on that, let's start making some of our other components. Wrong chest. That's the one I wanted. And we need wrong string. There we go. So let's see. Do I have those patterns? I do not. So let's make them real quick. There's the fletching and the bowstring. So there we go, fiery bowstring. That's going to be a good one to have for the bow. And a feather fletching, we will eventually replace that with slime leaf fletching. I think the slime leaf is much better, but you know, we'll work with what we got for the moment. Now, what kind of large plate do we want to make? You know what? I think I'm going to just make an obsidian large plate. That'll give it that reinforced level 3. Yep, that's right. I'm making the longbow. Got our signalum together. And I think I'm only going to need 4 of these guys in there. So we'll put the rest of this stuff away just like so, and let my energetic alloy finish cooking up. And let's see. So I want signalum arrowhead and signalum bow limbs. Almost done melting down. Come on. There we go. You'll notice the bow limbs require $1.50 on the material cost. So let's put these tools together now. One longbow, just like so, and of course we're going to call it the Galro bow, just because that's why. Forgot to grab a stick. Let's see, there we go. Arrows. And I'm going to name my arrows a quiver. Alright. Yeah. That ought to do a pretty good job for us. Energetic alloy is done. Let's make some conduit binder. We're going to need some conduit binder. So some clay, some sand, some gravel, and binder composite. throw these in here to cook. You know what? I've got... Yeah. Let's set this thing to output into that chest for us so that I don't have to babysit this. There we go. That binder composite's going to cook up for us. I think I want to head back to the Nether. Well, maybe I should put a few things away, right? Yeah. I'm going to do that. I'm going to head back to the Nether, and we're going to see what this bow can do. Be right back. Alright, here we are in the Nether. Let's see what we can do with this sucker. Yeah. Woo! Nitro creeper right there in my face. I want to find that gas that's been giving me grief. Let's see what I can do about him. This pickaxe is great, but it's kind of quick. For this netherrack. Okay, well, I'm going to try to find my way out onto one of these higher platforms. And this is probably looking really dark. As a matter of fact, well, already up at 75%, but I'll turn it all the way up. That'll help too. Haha, there we go. Ooh. Watch that first step, huh? Go that way. There we go. Where is that gas? That wisp right there was giving me grief earlier too. Yeah, I got you this time, sucker. Where's that gas? I want to show him what's up. All the way over there. I can't get the tears that way. Whoa, hello, spiders. Just spawn right in front of me like that. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good bow. What do you think? Once we level these up, we can auto repair on them or something. So I'm going to finish collecting those resources I was working on collecting earlier, and I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, that ended up being a fairly lucrative trip to the Nether. Got 6 stacks of glowstone over there now, 4 stacks of quartz, and just crazy amounts of flame string, ethereal essence from those wisps. And I mean, look at all these shards I got out of the Nether. So, yeah, pretty lucrative trip. decided to make up a couple more of these capacitors. And there we go. These things will generate extra, and if you can hear that in the background, we're having a pretty impressive series of thunderstorms here right now in my area while I'm recording this. So yeah, tons of fun. Hopefully the power will stay on long enough for me to finish this, right? But yeah, that way these generators will generate enough to sort of kind of keep up with these guys. It's a start. It's a start. We still need to do more, but we're getting somewhere. In the meantime, I'm going to... Where are those ender pearls? There we go. And some iron. And then like so. I'm going to go ahead and let that cook up. Now, while I'm thinking about it, I also made a ball of moss. Now my bow, when it leveled up while I was in the Nether, it leveled up its own auto repair, so good to go there. So let's put some on the arrows. As you can recall, we had, what was it, 64 ammo? Yeah, ammo is at 30 of 64 right now. So we'll just put that moss on there. And we've got 30 right now. We'll let that repair for a while, see how it does. There's our pulsating iron. And what we're going to do with that, make nuggets. And where did I put all that energetic alloy? There we go. I'm going to use up half of that. Just like this. Get some energy conduits for us to work with. And I know there are a lot of energy conduits to work with in this pack, but honestly, I like working with the Ender IO conduits. All the conduits from Ender IO, mainly because we can put them all in the same block together. All the different kinds of conduits I can run, item conduits and energy conduits and fluid conduits and redstone conduits and ME conduits, all in the same block together. It's pretty cool if you ask me. So these are the conduits we're going to need to get things started. Like I said, I'm going to work on getting things cleared out over here. We're going to set a tree farm up on the surface. I don't think I'm too far below the surface right here. I'll dig my way up. And we're going to set up a tree farm up there to work with so that we can use it to produce more charcoal for us and use it to generate power. We'll use a series of these Stirling generators to generate power for us. So, in between this episode and next, I'm going to work on that. Let me do... There's one more thing I want to do before we wrap this episode up. Because we need a wrench to work with these conduits, right? Let's see. Some silicon. I am going to have to go and find some sand. In between this episode and next, I think I'm going to go out and hunt for a desert. Now, the reason we put the flint there, you can see main output 120%, bonus output 125%, power reduction 15%. So we put that flint there in the sag mill to make things work more efficiently for us. See, I need 3 iron. There we go. So let's throw this stuff in there together. That'll get us some electrical steel real quick. And let's make another one of those basic gears while we wait. That's the one. Leave that there in the center of the crafting grid. Cooking up the last one right now. Boom. 3 electrical steel. So let's combine that together with that gear, and we get that Yeta wrench. Now you can see in the bottom right hand corner we've got that indicator while the Yeta wrench is in the hand. It tells us which conduits we're looking at. So for example, let's grab a couple each of these conduits, since these are the ones I have prepared. Put them together, and you know what? Let's make some pressurized fluid conduits while we're at it. I want to make sure that's set for alloys only. Let that cook up real quick. There we go. Bring that over here. Got some pressurized fluid conduits now. You see, I've got all three of those conduits in the same block together. That's what I really like about the Ender IO conduits. Now with this Yeta wrench in hand, what we can do is hold down Shift and scroll wheel, and we can scroll through the different modes on the Yeta wrench. So it's set right now to only look at the energy conduits. And you can see if you look at Wayla, if I look at the block space just right, the other conduits are still there, but we're only looking at the energy conduits right now. So Shift, scroll wheel again, that's redstone conduit. I haven't made any of that yet. So there's the fluid conduit. There's my item conduit, and that setting will be for the ME conduit. We haven't done that yet. And of course it works just like any other wrench. Shift right click to pick stuff up. And another thing we can do with it is, let's see, tell you what, we'll go ahead and set something up over here real quick. We set that there like that. Shift left click with the Yeta wrench. And let's look at the east block. We're going to extract when there's a redstone signal. I'm going to do the same thing right here on this one. Shift left click again. This is going to be the north block this time. Extract with a redstone signal. Now why with a redstone signal? Well, that way, if I don't want it to run automatically, I can just flip the lever. So we're going to put a couple of levers up here just like so. And let's put a chest in the middle right there. Just like so. There's those item conduits. So Shift, let's see, that's the north side, so Shift left click on the north side. We're going to insert. Now you don't have to use the Yeta wrench. You can also aim at the conduit connector with an empty hand, or even with something in your hand. Right click and you can access that same stuff, but like if it's underneath where you can't hardly reach or something like that, the Yeta wrench makes it a lot more convenient. So there we go. Instead of active without signal, I'm going to set those to always active. So that way if I want to automate smelting something down in the smeltery, and for example, let's do that. I picked up some horse armor out of a chest earlier, so let's throw that in the smeltery. I'm gonna let that melt down. I know we're getting close to what should be wrapping up for the episode, so bear with me just a moment. I want to finish showing you this, giving you the brief version of all this real quick, but I want to finish showing you this real quick. So this is going to take a few minutes to smelt down. Make sure my levers are off, and I'm going to let that smelt down off camera. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, that sucker is molten down. 8 ingots worth of iron out of that horse armor. So we'll just flip this lever real quick, and you can see it's just pulling that iron on out of there, and the item conduit dropping it in this chest for me. So, and here's an example of when it's useful to use the Yeta wrench. I can't reach that conduit connector on the bottom, So shift left click, look it up, but honestly I don't need to do that since I'm using the thermal expansion tank. Just whack it with the wrench, change the tank to output mode, and there we go, automatically keeping the seared tank full. Alright, that's about enough for today. Y'all be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to get more of my videos. You can get the Galropack so you can play along with me on the Curse Voice launcher. That's available at beta.cursevoice.com. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/GalrockFamily and on Twitter with the handle at GalrockFamily. Keep up with when I post videos that way. I always post an update when I've got a video that goes up. And in the meantime, until next time, this is Galrock the Pizza Guy, reminding everybody to tip those pizza delivery drivers. We are out there working hard for you. Y'all have a great evening.